Peace. This is White Raptor News Ministries. All praise and glory to the Supreme Creator, the Spirit of Truth, the Living One. Okay, there is an entity, a force that is in control of all things that exist, all of it. And this force controls both good and evil. This force outside of this plane of existence controls everything from outside of this existence. Okay, what is good can't come into what is sin. It's that simple. They don't mix. It's like oil and water. All right. So the Supreme Spirit allowed something, power, to create this plane of existence that we live on. A lower God Elohim is what we call him. I don't just speak conjecture. I speak the facts. Okay. Here, I am totally, at this channel here, folks, I am not politic bound. I do not vote. Okay? Anybody who votes for a person to be in power over them. You understand that? You give the very power that God has given you, the Spirit of truth that gives you a soul, that what makes you live. You give the very power that He has given you over to another person who is no better than you. In fact, these people, these political shit show artists, are lesser than you, okay? These are what I would call the watchers. These are called your ancestors. These are called beasts and demons and devils, and they've got you all conned, all of you. So let's take a listen to how beautiful this stuff is and take a little short on what Trump has to say.
Last year, a father from Pasadena, Texas, came home from work to find that his 11-year-old daughter was strangled to death.
So when do they start talking about this kind of stuff in politics? Not that it's a bad thing, I've been screaming it for years that these people that this happens to, right? Whoa, man, I'm buffering right now. I'm just so ticked off about. Let's just continue before I lose it.
She had been sexually assaulted and her body had been stuffed into a trash bag, thrown in a hamper. He came home to find this, put under the bed, found his daughter. They were looking for his daughter. Everyone was looking. She was dead under a bed, cut up. Charged with the murder was an illegal alien monster who had just
come across the border, and then he's going to go and point his fingers at Joe Biden. I don't care about any of that. What I wanted you to pay attention to was this part here.
Charged with the murder was an illegal alien monster who had
just come across the border, an illegal alien monster, an alien, okay? See, they're putting the truth right in front of your face, man. We are the aliens. Okay? There's no aliens out there. There's entities out there. There's divinities of the Supreme Spirit that are out there, and they control these bodies. You understand? These are people that know right from wrong, but they choose to do evil. They've made the choice to do evil. So here's what they do at Facebook. They've blocked me off of Facebook now. Okay? And why do you think that they put a flame on their little ED meds, huh? Because it's fire, okay? It's all man-made. This drug here could kill you for all you know. You don't even freaking know it. Tell you that, it's FDA approved. Yeah, who gives a rat's ass FDA approved? Are you kidding me? So, they blocked that. This is my brother's channel here, and he posted this here. This is all my family, his wife, my sister-in-law. That's my mother right here. It's my niece. This is my stepdad's wife. This is my brother-in-law's. This is Kim, my brother's wife. This is her mother. My brother's always been heavy into politics. That's my little nephew. He's pretty cute, let me tell you. My great nephew, anyways. This comment here, nice job, Dark Brandon. Okay. Now, this is my family, folks. And they're heavy into politics. They think that this shit show is for real, man. And frankly, they just can't accept it. So this woman here, Beth Resnick, said, loved reading it too, Cindy. Well, I know I need a nap after reading this discourse. Ain't politics grand? And then she said, yeah, I think it's sad that these are our choices. And naturally, I'm going to say, why even vote for the lesser of two evils, right? If they're evil, folks, then why would you vote for evil at all? That tells you that if you go to a poll, that you are seriously underneath of a spell. There's no question about it. Okay, if you're willing to put your trust in mankind that was created on the sixth day and created evil, then you are underneath of a spell. Also, I said, after all the charges were brought up on Trump, and this is in my video, I made sure to make these statements before they ever happened. The minute they brought Trump up on charges, okay, I said he would be found guilty in this political action film taking place right now in front of us. I thought to myself, it doesn't matter that he will be found guilty. He will still be voted into office, the first president in the White House with the felony record. There's discord right there, folks, okay? Because the U.S. Constitution tells you that you can't be a president with a felon. So I'm telling you, mocking the American people is what they're doing. That the country is ran by thugs. This country is ran by thugs. Okay, they're the ones that put the drugs on the streets, the alcohol, the prostitution, the murder, the rape, the priesthoods, the secret societies. They all exist, and they're mocking you in this hive, and they are all in it together. Remember in 2019 when COVID first came out, what were they singing on the television? Like birds of a feather, all in it together. The whole world is in it, man. We live in a hive. That's why the whole world was shut down. They were showing you their cards. They were telling you straight out who they are. So I can't let this play or anything, but I'm gonna fast forward and spot check it where we can move. This is John Wick. He's coming down the stairs. He's just killed a person inside. I don't know if anybody's watched the John Wick series. He's just killed a person inside of a company building, which is against the laws of this nature or this world and stuff. You see, they're showing you that this world has rules and regulations. And literally, when you're doing righteous, when you're doing right by the eyes of the Supreme Creator, then you walk with this shield on you, and this evil, this hive that we live in, can't touch you. Now pay attention to all the people in the court, man. Watch what happens.
Winston, what am I looking at?
The Camaro's doubled Santino's open contract. It's gone international.
And the Continental.
You killed a man on company grounds, Jonathan. You service or provider in connection with the Continental are now closed to you. Your life is now forfeit.
Then why am I not dead?
Because I deemed it not to be. Because I deemed it not to be.
Now.
Folks, I can't be. That's scary shit right there. So when people on the internet are telling you that they're being stalked by the government and stuff, that's what this hive is. These people that are in power, that run the world, know what they are. Okay, they know that they're beasts. They know that they have the choice. They can make the choice between what's doing right or doing what's wrong. But see, they choose to keep you underneath of their thumb with politics and voting people into office which are all. So when I came to this video here and I saw 1630, I'm like, this is military time, naturally, 1630. That would be 4:30 p.m. But 1630, I don't know what it was. Job popped up in my head. It's Job, chapter 16, verse 30. Or, I got it inverted. And now my soul is poured out within me. Day of affliction grip me. Night pieces my bones, and my gnawing pains never rest. Now, so when I saw, that's what popped in my mind. I'm like, well, Job 16:30. So I went to Job 16:30, and there isn't a verse 30. It doesn't read. It's only 21 verses. So then I inverted it, and then that's how I got to this here. But this song here is called Land of Confusion, and it is a truth bomb.
Goody two shoes. Betty by booze time again.
Betty by booze time. Betty by booze time again.
It is indeed time to drain the swamp in Washington, D.C. If I'm elected president, I will push for a constitutional amendment to impose term limits on all members of Congress.
That was his last presidency. I mean, that didn't happen. He didn't put Hillary in jail. That didn't happen. He didn't build the wall. That didn't happen. He said a lot of things that didn't happen. And this is my whole point, is that he said that he was going to drain the swamp. Well, folks, these songs that are playing here, they're dropping truth bombs in you. They're so far advanced over, I mean, when they're talking, and this is what they're talking about. Okay, do you see the snake? The snakes. The snake in the swamp. All right? And then they're showing you the swamp. Donald Trump was talking about draining the swamp. These people think about this shit so far ahead in the music. And then all of a sudden, one day you're going to wake up the way I have, and you're going to realize exactly what they're saying. But I can see the fire and the light, and then you have these three stooges here, man, with this crucifix right in front of your face. I mean, it's so blatant in your face. Nobody can see it. I hurt so internally because the people who I'm trying to teach about this system and expose what's going on, they just will not. The people that I love, my family, will not listen to me. I have become a complete outcast. I've kind of always been the black sheep of the family, but I mean, today I am an outcast of the family, and it hurts because I have found out a very, very important piece of this puzzle that's taken place about this system. So they're talking about draining the swamp, and you can see all of the people here. Oops, here, let's mute it. You see that now? This is what I'm talking about. Those are the aliens. So what they're doing here is they are intertwining with you. They're telling you with the serpent right at the very beginning of the video that they're talking about serpents, a serpent in the swamp. Donald Trump's talking about draining the swamp. You got these people here, Genesis, singing you a song about land of confusion, telling you that these are the aliens. Okay, one of the very few truth bombs right here in front of your face again. They're telling you straight out, this is the truth right here in front of your face.
It's a shame. It's a shame. That's why we have to win. We have to bring our country back from this horrible abyss, because we're doing really badly.
Truth bomb. This country is doing terrible. This country is upside down. It is. I'm surprised that you ain't got a bunch of naked women out there dancing topless. I'm straight up serious as hell. That's where we're going. In another fucking 30 years, you'll have topless fucking women up on top of the stage there dancing next to the president. Vote me into office, and you guys would be screaming Yahoo. I'm serious, you would. You could care less, man. This is the problem with the country. So then, here he is, 4 years later after this, and he's still telling the same poem, reading it right in front of your face. This poem that he's reading, folks, is you. Donald Trump is telling you that he is the snake and the people represent the woman.
And this is one of the reasons why. So this is entitled The Snake. On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. Poor thing, she cried, I'll take you in and I'll take care of you. Take me in, O tender woman, take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. She wrapped
Look
him
at
up.
these people, they're dead. They're all dead. They don't even know what they're listening to. They don't even know. Nobody knows that these government officials are all mocking you. All of them, folks. Come on, $35 trillion in debt, and you're going to keep voting these people in the office like they're going to fix the world? Come on. The only way you're going to fix this world is if you dissemble everything, man. NASA, IRS, CIA, FBI, you dissemble it all. All of it has to go away. That's the only way. Because these people here, they create the debt. They put it all. They're the cause of all of this evil. Here, Isaiah 45:7, I form the light and create the darkness. I bring prosperity and create calamity. I create the darkness. The darkness is evil. It's wickedness. It's sorrow, pain, grief, and ignorance. Everybody in this country is walking in ignorance, okay? They got a saying that says ignorance is bliss. No, ignorance is death. Here, ignorance is death. So if you walk around ignorant, and you vote for mankind and you put your trust in mankind to rule over you, then you live in ignorance. You live in death. You are the walking dead. Mankind can't save you. Mankind can't do anything for you. Not a damn thing can one person on the plane of this existence do to bring you salvation. The only way that salvation exists is between you and the Spirit of the Supreme Creator. This is the Lord, Yahweh, who does all these things. So Yahweh is the one that creates the evil. Yahweh is the one that formed the light. Okay? So now you understand Yahweh is the God of Israel. And God of Israel comes to 666. Revelations 13:18 Bible Hub. We're going to get into these parables that I have opened up now. Because I was watching that Donald Trump rally, and I don't watch it for any other Don't ask me why I watch the stuff. I don't believe in any of the political ring. I don't vote. I've never voted in my life, ever. I've always thought to myself, why would I vote for somebody to have power over me? Do you realize that that's what you do, right? So you vote these people to have power over you, and these people, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, they are the 666 system. Joe Biden and Donald Trump are of the 666 system. Okay? They are the beast. Now, everybody's like, well, who's the number of the man? Well, you know, at this channel here, I just showed you here in Gematria that the God of Israel Yahweh, but it only says God of Israel. So it doesn't say Yahweh 666. It says God of Israel is 666. That's still pretty incriminating. Okay? You can type in all kinds of phrases here. All kinds of phrases, man. And it's getting to 666, folks, is not an easy feat. I mean, I've typed in presidents' names, governors' names, government, word phrases, catchphrases. I've been typing in since I found this thing. I've been in here typing all kinds of phrases. And all I can get to is this one here, 666, which is a big one, God of Israel. And also two of them. I've showed you this. Computer comes to 666. Because I've been telling people that we live inside this simulation. We live inside of a simulation. Now, the firmament that we have that's above us isn't a physical firmament like this. It's made of water, okay? And the earth that we live on is a magnetic pole. There's no such thing as gravity. The earth that we live on is a flat surface. It is a flat plane that has an ice shelf that circumnavigates our planet's oceans, waters, which keeps it at sea level. And this is why it's called sea level and not sea curvature. So this channel is all about bringing you the truth. Okay? You must understand that Yahweh is both a good and an evil God. It's that simple. He tells you that he creates the evil, and he's the one that's given us laws. He's the one that's given us commandments. And it's become quite clear to me that people don't want to keep those commandments. They want to go about doing their own thing, their own way, the way that they want to do it. They don't want to be disturbed, and people's egos have become so inflamed on this plane of existence that you can't tell them anything. No, everybody on this plane of existence thinks that they are right about everything. You can't get anybody to admit that they're wrong about anything, man. And if you catch them straight and freaking lie, that fucking demon will try to twist and lie and manipulate you and start bringing in the other shit that happened a year ago or whatever it is. That's the way that's how the spirit punishes you. If you're out and you're fornicating with multiple partners outside of a bar, then you are going to be punished by a woman that rips you off, steals money from you, takes your gold, whatever it is, man. You let a stranger inside of your home that you don't know. These are very dangerous women. They are thieves. They're crooked as shit today, man. Young women today are crooked as shit, okay? At all levels. Okay, even those that are in high positions and you think that, oh, my daughter works at an attorney's firm, I'm so proud of her. No, your daughter, she sucks seed to succeed. That's right, you heard me. Your daughter's on her knees blowing her boss after hours to get that high-paying job, because this is a crooked plane of existence, because it's ran by evil pieces of shit who changed a black Jesus Christ crucified to a white Jesus crucified. You understand that this is called idol worship, and it doesn't matter if it's this color or if it's this color. Okay? You have one Jesus that says that he is the light and no one can come to the Father but through him. This Jesus says that he can't testify of himself. and then you have one that testifies as God, Yahweh. Now, before Yahweh became God, there were lots of other gods. You got to understand that these are ancient wars and battles that took place way back in the day. And then these books, these Bibles, became canonized books. And they were written by prophets of Yahweh, according to the Bible. Anything that was written in the book from the ancient Samaritans, we got to take into account the etymology, the changed story. People are like, well, the Bible's a perfect book. No, you understand that there's thousands of different copies of the book today. Thousands. All right, and they were all translated originally from the tablets. All right, so we know that the children of the Shemitic race were a nation of black people. Okay, Lamentations 4:8 tells us, but now their appearance is blacker than soot. They're not recognized in the streets. Why do you suppose? Now, for me, this means plainly that Israel wasn't recognized at all. That to the Gentile, you are just garbage. Not to this Gentile, okay? But to the rest of this country that's walking with blinders on their eyes, I understand. Their skin has been shriveled on their bones. It's become as dry as a stick. Here you have Job 30:30, my skin grows black in pills. Now, most people will try to tell you this is because he's baking in the sun and he's getting a tan. You're dumb. Okay? And my bones burn with fever. Here, Judah. Judah is a nation of black people. Judah mourns and her gates languish, her people wail for the land, and cries go up from Jerusalem. Also, Jerusalem has USA in it, and it also has Salem in it. And we all know that Salem is always equated with witch hunts, and that America is, well, at one time was one of the most powerful countries. We are not a powerful country any longer. And for some reason, you people think that we are. You know, you think that this bubble is never going to, you just think that it's going to keep growing and growing and growing and growing and growing, and it's never going to burst. But when it finally does burst, and you're into the thick of it, then, and those that have been listening to me a couple of years and have put things in place, you know, in case when this thing does burst, when this bubble does burst, you know, if you have a year of water put aside, you know, food to get you and your family through a year, at least a year, possibly 2 years of food. I ain't trying to create any fear tactics, but understand something. Let me share with you, okay? This plane of existence, folks, is all about fear tactics. See, I want you to take your power back. I want you to walk within the spirit of truth, because once you walk in the spirit of truth, that means that you're not giving your divinity of the Supreme Spirit to anything else to rule it. You got to understand this. You don't want to be ruled by mankind. You need to spread the message. We need to stop voting. You need to make these politicians disappear. The only way the politicians disappear is when you stop showing up at the voting polls and voting evil to rule over you. When you vote for this evil to rule over you, you thought whatever demon is on that beast that's in power, that's controlling, that's being controlled by the supreme divinity, whatever it is, has power over you as well. Okay? So they are black to the ground. Sorry. Here. Judah mourns and her gates languish. Over here was the King James Bible. Judas mourns and the gates thereof languish. They are black. Can't be any clearer to you than that. Onto the ground. And the cries go up to Jerusalem. Tell me, how many times has anybody in Christianity read these parables to you? Now understand, since I've been reading the entire Bible, I've come to find out that Israel ministers read certain scriptures to you too. So I'm kind of cautious about all gods to be worshipped by a name on this plane of existence. I no longer worship the Supreme Creator by a name. I worship the Supreme Creator by the Spirit of truth, by the Spirit of love, by the Spirit of kindness, by the Spirit of warmth, this blanket. You see, if this plane of existence, everything are two-faced gods, this plane of existence is evil. This plane of existence is run in the power of Satan, is into the power of Jesus, is into the power of Yahweh. Okay, the Abrahamic religion, folks, could be a trinity. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is a trinity. A trinity. Israel, the very word Israel, you have the God Ra in there, you have El in there, God Almighty. And Is could be short for Isis, which is the female god. That could be a trinity as well. So all these religions, I'm coming to realize, are based on a trinity, and you have one God, Yahweh, who's telling you that he's the supreme creator and that he is the one that you worship. Now remember, it says in the Bible, here at Matthew 24:24. Ooh, a spider just climbed across my desk here. What's up, buddy? It's okay, man. You're safe around me. You don't have to worry about me. Okay, here you got false Christ. For false Christs and false prophets will appear and perform great signs and wonders and would deceive even the elect. Who are the elect? The children of Israel. God, Yahweh's chosen children. Now mind you, God, Yahweh, I think I don't think is the second. I know there's the second Lord, the Lord God, Lord Yahweh, God Elohim. So Yahweh Elohim. Yahweh is Elohim as well. And also the God that created the heaven and earth is Elohim. And then you have a supreme spirit, the supreme spirit of truth that ordains and commands everything from outside this plane of existence. And he sends his angels here to do his bidding and do his work. The invisible shield that's on the other side of us. Yes, we have angels that are around us and demons, always. You understand that there is literally a fight going on, a spiritual battle that's going on behind the veil that you can't see. If you could see what was going on behind the veil, you would drop down and shit your pants, man. You just don't understand that there are entities, there are souls that have been left here. They're dead souls, and they're left here on this plane of existence. And these dead souls want to inhabit your flesh suit and use it. They didn't escape this plane of existence. So it's telling you that even the elect, if we're possible, will be deceived. So who are the elect? Israel are the elect. They are the elite. That's why you have the word elite in Israelite, because they are the elected. So here we're at Revelations 19:13, and it says, he's dressed in a robe dipped in blood, and his name is the Word of God. His name is the Logos of God. His name is, so who's equated with the Word? Jesus is equated with the Word, right? Look at the word here. And then when you come to the word here, in simple gematria, it comes to 60. The word adds up to 60. And then you have John 1:1 Bible Hub. John chapter 1 verse 1 Bible Hub. Jesus is equated to the word here, and the word said 3 times in the parable is 666. Jesus claims that he's the beginning. The beginning is Genesis 1:1. Genesis 1:1. Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, Bible Hub. Come on, look how slow this is. I'm going to shut it down. Okay, guys, it looks like they've locked up my computer. Oh, finally, it decided to show up. It only took frickin' a minute. In the beginning, God created the heaven and earth. This God is Elohim. This is something also that is used of a supreme. So now you know that the God that created this plane of existence is not the supreme creator. It doesn't tell you that it's the supreme creator. It tells you that it's something that is used of the supreme creator. So is it these gods here? Okay, guys, I'm going to have to close up all my shit because this thing's just lagging now. Man, my computer's froze up. Let's go ahead and finish listening to Donald Trump read to America the snake poem.
Of silk, and laid him by her fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night. As soon as she arrived, she found the pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. Take me in, O tender woman, take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. She clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in by now, you truly would have died. She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed and held him tight. But instead of saying, thank you, ma'am, the snake gave her a vicious bite. Bite, vicious bite. Take me in, O tender woman, take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. I saved you, cried the woman, and you're so tender and so nice. But you know that if I hadn't taken in, your skin would not look so good, and you would have bitten me. But why? You bit me. Why did you bite me? Please, please, tell me why? Why did you bite me? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew dead.
Oh my God, this guy is mocking you people. You're so dead you can't even see that he's talking about you. They're the snakes and you're the woman.
Well, I was a snake before I took you in. And that's happening at our border. You see? Because we're taking in people that are a disaster for our country. So it's all happening at our border. And we're taking in people at levels that have never taken. This has never happened before. Ever.
It's never happened before. Yeah, man, this is a political shit show. These people on stage are nothing more than actors like in Hollywood, but only they're political actors. All right, they're here to keep you dumbed down, depressed, fighting one another, causing hate groups, separation between husband and wife, separation between black and white, separation between good and evil, separation. It's just open your eyes, folks. It's time to understand what is taking place. This is White Raptor News Ministries.